Hello. Let's see. Let's put a little bit of cozy fire and let's get started. All right. Here we are. So, how are you, people? I hope that you had a fantastic week and Saturday so far. Hope that you are healthy, enjoying life in general, keeping busy and exciting. Hey, Vincenzo, welcome back. How are you? Yeah, so for me, still been very stressed. Still here on the same room, trapped on the same room, and it seems that is gonna be like this for a couple of weeks more or something like that. So yeah, but pretty good. Aside from that, all is good and ready to continue a little bit with our Lost Barbarian illustration. Hey, Cantabrian, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing? Gathering Wolves, hello, welcome to the stream. I don't know if it streams freeze. Normally that is an issue on the viewer on Twitch. Since it seems that you are on Twitch, I think. Tries to refresh and hopefully it works. Charcia or Charcia, I don't know how to pronounce it. Hello, welcome to the stream. And Gathering Wolves, if you have issues with Twitch, yeah, switch to YouTube for instance. Since I'm multi-streaming, so you can see it there instead. David, thanks for the like. Charcia, thanks a lot. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's taking quite some time to do, since I'm mostly working during the streams, and yeah, and I'm not used to talk and paint so much. So what that means is, since I'm talking quite a lot, then I'm not so focused on painting and therefore going very slow. So yes. So let's see how much we can push it today. I would say probably we will just work a little bit more with the character here on the on the portal frame, and yeah, we'll see. I managed to work a little bit off stream during this week, doing the creature here, and to be honest, I'm not sold with it. I will stick with it for now, but I might change it later on along the line. We'll see, or modify, but yeah, we'll see. And yes, so let's get started. Let me just resume the recording so I can do a proper video later on. Pieter, thanks for the like. All right. So I haven't touch it for quite some days now, so I need to observe and see what I want to do. Vincenzo, these days is not great. I have an annoying headache. We are also being trapped in the house for 10 days because we are in preventive isolation. So I have the girls who are driving me crazy. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah. For how long do you need to be in quarantine? Is it 2 weeks or something like that? Well, 2 weeks should be already. So yeah, well, but I hope that you manage to get past it soon. It's yeah, it can be very annoying, and especially if you have kids, yeah, it might be tough. So yeah, sorry to hear, Vincenzo. And I hope that you understand what I'm saying, since you said that you were struggling a little bit with English, but so far you are doing good. I don't know if you are using Google Translate, but it's good. Hey Pontus, hello. How are you, man? How are you? All right, let's see. Let's continue a little bit with this Mister here. So has anything interesting happened for you guys? For me, I started this last past week, started the new term for my course at CGMA. Very happy and always great and exciting to meet all the new students. So that's great. But aside from that, for on my end, just continue working on the some cool stuff. And yeah, being here engaged with the works at my place, which is driving me crazy. But things are moving forward, so that is good. Also, something pretty cool that happened this week, or at least I learned about it this week. I think it might have been how do you say public for some time, perhaps. But I just learned that the new Love, Death, and Robots new season from Netflix is gonna be coming very soon. So I finally could share the fact that I've been working for one episode for this season, which was awesome. So yeah, very excited about that, and really looking forward to see it on the screen. So yeah, we'll see. Pontus, how very tired? How is that? You you are not using the weekend just to take it easy and rest? Vicenzo. All right. So yeah. Anyway, my family and I are fine. We are just have to get through the last 5 days. All right. That is nice. Okay. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, 5 days is nothing. It goes very very fast. So that is good to hear. Dalibor or hello, hello, Mister. Um, Welcome to the stream. I hope that you are doing fine. Uh, Pontus, yeah, looking forward to it. I loved watching all the different styles and stories last time. Yes, I know. Same for me. The first season I really, really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I love this type of formats of short stories. Each story is completely unrelated. So it opens, yeah, for so much creativity and different things, and yeah. And of course, yeah, you're gonna like some more than others, but overall, I really, really, really liked it. And I remember last season where when it came, like a lot of uh, friends and colleagues, they were just saying, "Yeah, I managed to work on this or that." And it was like I was feeling kind of jealous uh, because it was so good. So now I I'm happy that I managed to do a little bit for it. So that it's I feel very happy. Cantabrian, thanks, man. Pontus, just being parent, also moving in a month and lots of stuff at work. All good stuff, but I feel I need another weekend day to rest. Oh yeah, man. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, also so curious to know what you guys are doing. With so many cool projects. Are you still working from home, Pontus, or are you working at the studio? And by the way, Pontus, once again, if you need some help with the moving, let me know. Hopefully, by that time, I will be already done with my place. So I will be able to help if you need. Lucius, hello. Welcome. How are you? Nice that you could make it this week. Juan Toledano, hello. Welcome. So great to see you all coming back. Dalibor, we chatted a few times over Instagram. I wanted to meet you in real life when you were in Croatia, but because of work, I did not make it to Split. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's difficult to know. I mean, if yeah, over Instagram, yeah, I it's difficult for me to recall, but and yeah, shame that we couldn't meet then at blah, 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 blah. Oh damn it, I cannot speak. That we couldn't meet at IFCC. That's a shame. But well, anyway, nice to meet you, even if it's in this way. Um, Pontus, yes, yeah. Okay. I mean, of course, it's at this at this point is it's better to have a moving company. But yeah. Lucius have been good. Doing some editing at the moment. Almost finished with my work with Valrak. All right, nice. Nice. Looking forward to see it. Is he gonna? Is if I recall correctly, is something for his YouTube channel? Is it gonna be a video that he's gonna have, or? But yeah, now, Dalibor. Now that you are mentioning Split and IFCC, damn, that's feels like it's been ages ago since it was possible to travel around and going to events and conferences and things like that. I really miss it. I was um I remember for 2020 I had plans for going to a lot of conferences and everything, and yeah, everything just got cancelled, of course. Such a shame. But I really miss it. Hopefully I think this year is gonna still be the same. That nothing is gonna happen. So probably it's gonna be for next year. Hey Peter, hello. How are you? Very nice to see you here. Art of Colo. Hey Miguel, so glad to see catch your stream online. I got so inspired by your Primark portraits and rest of 40k stuff. Great work. Thanks a lot, and welcome to the stream. And yeah, that's very kind to say. Thanks a lot. It's always difficult to know what to say really with with things like that. But yeah, it's I really appreciate. Thank you. Feels always strange. I never get used to, especially since I'm so critical with my own work. But yeah, still feels good. So thanks. Lucius, yes, it's a video for his homebrew Reclaimers of Dawn chapter, voice by Voldemort. Heavy influence from the Battlefleet Gothic cutscenes. All right, cool, nice. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I remember that you show on the Discord channel some of the storyboard, right? It looked very advanced, and so yeah, really looking forward. I don't like this. The Crusader. Fascinating to see how slow and detailed you paint. I feel like whenever I draw my hand, sorry. I feel like whenever I draw, my hand goes all over the place, and somehow that makes the painting process take even more time. Well, I don't know what to say really. I think normally I tend to work fast. I reckon, but I always try to slow down. Actually, I think it's important to work a little bit slower, really thinking, and yeah. And I mean, of course, bear in mind that now during the stream, mhm, I I don't work on the same speed that I normally do if I'm on my own because I can focus, and so it's a little bit slower. But still, nevertheless, I I always try to slow down a little. I think mm, it helps me quite a lot to think through each step. And I think the reason is that because of normal work, there's always this pressure. You have tight deadlines, so you are always forced to rush things and work so fast. And sometimes there is really no need to rush things, and you can really take your time and slow down the pace. Not the pace, the pace. Oh my goodness, my English sometimes. Yeah, to slow down your paste, your toothpaste. But yeah. So to slow down your pace, I think it really helps. At least personally, I feel that it's. I always gain a little bit some extra from being a little bit more thorough and relaxed. Lucius, I feel that I should slow down more too. I will slow the pace. Yes, do that. It's very important to slow the pace. The Crusader, I will try to keep that in mind as I often go over the same areas to fix the mistakes I made while painting fast. Yeah, I mean, I think it can help. I mean, I don't know. Of course, this is, I guess, it's gonna work differently for everybody. But at least I personally, tend to find that it's very beneficial for me to really slow down a little, to take it easy and really take my time thinking, and most importantly observing, instead of just like rushing things and start to paint because I have to paint and paint. Just like, okay, slow down, look a little bit, try, and being a little bit more conscious of what I'm painting, a little bit more going back to the mindset of analog medium, right? Like traditional medium, where if you make the wrong brush stroke, you are in trouble, right? So you really need, you go slower. So I think that is a good thing to have in mind, for myself at least. I mean, because since digital painting makes everything so easy to fix and accelerate the pace of the process so much, so sometimes it is, even though it's a big beneficial thing, sometimes I feel that it forces at least myself to rush things up, and that is not good. So yeah. And like you are saying, I mean, because sometimes it's like, what is the point of going fast if you are gonna do it 20 times until you get the thing that you want, when you can do it once, a little bit slower, but it just once and it's fine. And I'm really struggling with this character here. I really am, because somehow I feel that it's flattening the image. I'm not too happy with it. I think I will have to do, yeah, I will have to change it. Cantabrian, I agree. I have found if I work unconsciously, I won't pay attention to, for example, how the lighting would truthfully behave. The next thing I know, I am adding highlights where they shouldn't be. Yeah. Yes, yeah. It's there is much to be gained by slowing down a little bit. Um, and it's also a little bit to get a little of peace of mind as well. Not to get so stressed that things need to be done fast all the time. Of course, sometimes you don't have an option to choose if you are working for a client. So there's little to be done there, but if you can, always, yeah, slow down a little. I don't know if you remember from previous streams that I have done these corpse here many times in different ways. It's just that I'm really struggling to do it in a way that that works with the composition, that flows nicely on the image, that doesn't take too much space and attention. And I'm just thinking that perhaps the problem is that it's very big. And perhaps what I need to do is to scale everything down quite a lot, actually. Because what if, let's see. I think that actually that might help quite a lot. Because whatever I do now, it's not gonna take so much space, and therefore manage to not distract from the important areas on the painting. Pontus, put the body even farther behind him. The head just roll off a couple of meters to the front. Yeah, could be. The only thing is like, why is he facing us instead of facing there? If that is the case, you see what I mean? Today I'm extremely tired. I don't know how much I will manage to move forward with the stream today. I'm exhausted from the week because I all this thing with the John. Thanks for the like. I have to deal with all the work at my place, my apartment, during the day, so I cannot focus much on. Thanks for the like. I cannot focus 100% with my own work because I need to take decisions, go to deal with deliveries of supplies or working with the workers, the carpenters or electrician or whatever. And then I need to do my own work, which means that I need to catch up during the rest of the evening. So I get to bed late, but then again, the workers are super early in the morning next day. So it's just like all the time that way. So it's a little bit tiresome. Last stream, last week I was more rested, but not today, unfortunately. Cantabrian. Alternatively, have his body mainly out of shot with his feet, lower legs visible as if he held forward down the steps. Yeah, that's definitely one option. Like something like this. Sure. I mean, to be honest, I'm just thinking that maybe it's not just one guy, but many actually. Like the floor is surrounded by more than one enemy. Thanks a lot for all the suggestions, guys. I really appreciate it. Computer is lagging a little bit. At the moment, I'm just thinking that this is the back of this guy, slightly twisted. I mean, this is one of these things that are can be pretty challenging to do this way. Just like dead body. And since it just falls flat without like a ragdoll, so to speak. This dash, thanks for the like. Another thing would And Tabrian, I saw for the first time some SCP content the other day. When you guys spoke about it on the stream, I was unfamiliar. I saw SCP Overlord. I enjoyed it. Nice. Nice. But just bear in mind that, for example, that Overlord thing is very over the top. Because since everything is fan-made, yeah, most of everything is just written short stories and with this very specific format. So that those shorts are very much a rarity. I know they have they even did some years ago a small indie game. I mean, very indie. Just some people made a small thing with one of the stories. One of those super creepy stories. The one with the statue. If you liked it, I would suggest you to watch or listen to, better said, a YouTube channel called Volgan, where he narrates a lot of these short stories in a very nice way, like playing the role of one of the scientists, or well, maybe no scientist, but one of the SCP members, and just describing the reports. And yeah, it's extreme. I love it. And it's actually very. It's like at least for me, it works fantastically if I'm working, for instance, because it's just like sound, right? Since it's just a narration. But it is awesome. He has a lot of voice actors on his videos, so it's very, very high quality for that type of content. Yeah, like Oculus Imperia or Voldemort for 40k. I don't know Oculus Imperia, but Voldemort, yes, something like that. But it's not just narrated. He builds all the videos as is, like in character, as as if it is a member of the SCP giving a report to somebody. Um, so with a lot of sounds effects and things like that, it's great. Um, oh my goodness, people, who is here? It's Pedro Núñez. Hey Master, por fin llego a uno de tus directos. ¿Pero qué me dices? ¿Cómo que Master? El Master eres tú. Round of applause. Here we have a true Master on the stream. Pedro Núñez. Oh my goodness. Bienvenido al stream. Welcome. How are you? No pressure now. No pressure now. Mr. Wong. Miguel, love the sketchbook, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Pedro, thanks, man. Appreciate it very much. Work in progress and struggling here with one element. One, I don't know really what to do with an enemy corpse here. So I'm just trying to. I have done it many times already. And of course, it doesn't help trying to solve it during the stream. So yes. But yeah, man, this is fantastic. How are you? Are you doing any cool thing that you can share or to mention? Very curious. Lucius, I just realized your cap has your logo on it. My mind is blown. Yeah, this is it is. You're a good observer, but yeah, this is a present from my father that he ordered one. So yes. Lucy, you could be a good inquisitor. Official Miguel American comment? I don't think so. But yeah, I don't know if anybody would be interested at all. But I kind of liked this thing that Cantabrian suggested about the legs. I don't know. I cannot find the name on English, the word, maybe you Spanish people can help me. Escorzo in English. Do you know what's the word for that? But yeah, basically putting the the body in perspective, to give a little bit more sense of third dimension. But just for those of you that are watching, and I think it is important to mention these rare and honorable occasions, um, especially for you guys that are fans of 40k and 40k art fans. Pedro Núñez here, he's a absolute beast of an illustrator. So I hope that you know his work, and if not, you must check his work. And I'm absolutely certain that you know his work. You have seen it, but now you know it's him. Peter, foreshortening. All right. Never heard of it. Nice. Thanks. I will try to remember it. Foreshortening. Yeah, I'm actually kind of. I see this direction is gonna work much better than what I had before. Um, Same time, I don't want to fall in this trap, and I don't know if you guys have the same problem sometimes, where I get trapped into this tendency of trying to define every single thing, and when there is absolutely no need, and in many cases is detrimental for the readability of the image. It's like this is a completely not even secondary element, right? It shouldn't be that important at all. It's just a little extra if you care to look. But so I need to be careful and leave it as as much loose as I can, enough to understand what it is, but yeah. And of course, much easier said than done, but yeah, it's important to keep that in mind. Well, Pedro, that's what it is. Uh, it is what it is. Al César lo que es del César, as we say in Spanish. I don't know if there is something similar in English, but yeah. I'm curious, Pedro. Are you located on the UK or in Spain? Where are you at the moment? Cantabrian. Yep, I suffer with that. Dante made a point to say, "Don't try to define what you can't see clearly." Yeah, totally. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And I suffer a lot with that issue, because for the most part I do work as a concept artist, right? So I still, when I do illustration work, I need to make a step backward and change the mindset from concept artist to illustrator, because as a concept artist, it's a lot about design. So of course you need to readability and things are well defined, and but with an illustration it is not the case. So yeah, sometimes I forget, and it's still something that I'm still learning to deal with. And then of course I try to learn from people that are way better artists than myself, that they do that fantastically. Of course, for example, Paul Dayton. Yeah, he's one that I really enjoyed in that sense, where of his work and the capability of almost not defining things and still being so easy to read, but in a very loose way. So Cantabrian, I just check out Pedro's art. We have another chaplain in our midst. Awesome work. Yes, I mean Pedro, he's a beast. Yeah. Pedro, no, I'm in Madrid now. I left Nottingham a few years ago. Oh, really? Okay. All right. How long has it been? Um, Lucius, yes, I did that a lot on my Valrak projects. Some parts look far more rendered than other parts. I need to work on that. Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's one of those in terms of readability for an image is essential. You cannot have a good control over that. Of course, you can make everything rendered, super rendered and detailed, but then uh, it can work. But mm I tend to think that it takes away interest on the image. I mean, I see it more. Of course, just take this is a very very personal opinion, but I tend to see that more as a showcase of technical ability, right? When yeah, look, I can define everything, but the results to me is always kind of less interesting, because when you manage um, to modulate that level of rendering through the image and just focus the details and the rendering to the focal point of your image, everything becomes more easy to read, and and it is more organic. I mean, it's like uh, our vision work, right? So if we focus on something, everything else it's kind of more blurred and undefined. So trying to replicate that on your painting, I think, is always a better approach. But of course, it's a very personal taste. So Pedro, kind of miss my Games Workshop in-house times. Sometimes, man, that would be. I always wondered how that must have been working with so many awesome, talented artists there. Uh, I guess it must have been very intimidating on the beginning. Uh, I guess like with time, of course, you get used to. But on the beginning, damn. I mean, I know I would be intimidated. Whenever I get back to Madrid, we should meet and have some beers. How about that? It's been ages actually since I have been to Madrid. I think it's been now 2 years because of all this damn coronavirus virus. Cantabrian, do you think the detail on the severed head is pulling you into trying to detail the body? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Perhaps. I mean, the thing is, the head is closer to the focal point, right? Which is the barbarian. So it's kind of okay. But I mean, at the same point, at the same time, I mean. At this point is still very early on the process, so I'm just exploring really. Dislocated Design. Hello, welcome back. How are you doing? Vincenzo, how many time do you spend to work during the day? And do you have favorite time slots? Well, for client work, I try to aim for 8 hours a day, so regular working day. But of course, since I'm not, I have my own company and I'm freelancing, it means that it's much more work because I have to take care of like business things, like reading contracts, reaching or dealing with clients, taxes, you name it, all these type of things. Of course, promotion, or well, in this case, promotion, or it's just like to working. How do you say? With the social media, just to expose yourself to the world, right? So, I mean, it's a lot of work. So it's more than 8 hours. I mean, it fluctuates, but yeah, it's. I work way more now that I'm on my own than when I was an employee on a studio. But at the same time, I'm happier, I have to say. It's more fulfilling. Dislocated Design. A picture that tries to explain everything has that habit of looking static, even sterile. Yes, yeah, I cannot agree more with you. Yes, totally agree. Juan Toledano, the master at that is Velázquez. It's awesome how he could paint more with less and still being so elegant with his brush strokes. Yes, totally. Yes, of course. Velázquez is one of my absolute favorite painters. Yes. Pedro Núñez. Working beside Paul was kind of a dream come true, really. Yeah. I can imagine. It was indeed kind of intimidating, of course, but such an artist's life changing. Yeah, man. I mean, I have met Paul only once in person, and he's such a lovely person. He's fantastic. So he's, of course, when we're talking about being intimidated, it's not because of the. I mean, they are lovely people. It's just as an artist, and especially in this case with Paul, right? That he is such a an inspiration for every single one of us, right? He's there on the top. He's so it's yeah. I mean, I'm still every single time. I have to confess that when I'm doing work for Games Workshop, and he gives feedback and everything, I love it, and I always learn quite a lot from his feedback, even if it's something very small. But still, the pressure, at least, and I'm talking very personal here, but the pressure of knowing that he's there and he's watching. But yeah, it's a big pressure, so it's always and if you are hard with yourself, with your work, as it happens to with me, then it's even harder sometimes, because I'm never happy with what I do. But yeah, man, I'm very envious in that sense, right? Of you guys that have been able to work there, and yeah, must have been fantastic. And of course, I mean, we are talking about Paul, but I mean, the rest of the guys, you included, right? I mean, such a killer team at Games Workshop. It's insane. I if I have how do you say, what's the term in English? The wow, damn, what's the term? Not fraud syndrome. The oh, god damn it. The imposter, yes, there you go, imposter syndrome. It's big for me when it comes to doing things for Games Workshop. I cannot avoid it. It is insane. Pedro, beers in Madrid for sure. Nice, yes. Está hecho. Pedro, would you zoom in the face area just for my joy? You mean the Barbarian? There you go. Vincenzo, thank you for your answer, and again to showing your amazing work. See you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye bye, Vincenzo. Thanks once again for joining in, and patient with the quarantine. And Peter, thanks for the tip with the imposter. I couldn't for the sometimes I get blocked with the with the vocabulary since I have to be switching all the time languages, because at home I speak in Spanish, then I speak in Swedish, and now I'm speaking in English for the stream. So it's just like I'm just getting sometimes it's a struggle. Pedro, man, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, especially coming from you. It is yeah, man, it's very humbling seeing your work. It's yeah, what can I say? Yeah. Palar, dude, how much take? Okay, wait, what did you wrote there, dude? How much? How much long does it take to finish an artwork? All right. Well, it depends. Quite a lot. It's very very difficult to say just like that. It depends a lot of each piece, and yeah. I mean, for example, just to give you a little better answer, if with an illustration like this, assuming that I would be just working with it full time, I would say several days, 2-3 days, something like that. Of course, I mean, once again, now because of the stream, I'm working super slow because I struggle to really focus, and of course I just painted in the wrong layers. Dislocated design. Do you have a perfectionist streak? Most artists do. Is the one that makes drawing painting seems effortless, that seems to get the balance. Good visual memory, they develop early in life. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. If I'm, do you mean if I'm aiming for perfection? If that is the case, I don't know. I think of course in one way I wanted to, everything I do I want it to be the best as I can. At the same time, I have learned that that's a little bit of a trap, and you will, if you fall into that, you will never be satisfied, and sometimes you need to be able just to leave it. So yeah, it depends. I think I managed to have a nice balance in that regard. I feel very comfortable pushing it farther if I'm really not happy, and I'm happy to continue, but at the same time, especially if I'm working for clients, then of course I know when to stop. Of course, that's a little bit difficult, more difficult if I'm just working for myself. Then it can be a little bit more challenging. But yeah, I think yes, I aim for perfection, but to a sane level. I don't know. I I mean, sometimes I think it is important some just to it's important just to learn just to let it go and move on to something new. Agumaf. Hello, Miguel. Guys, first time in the chat. Welcome. Welcome. Very happy to have you here. How are you doing? We are doing an illustration of my Barbarian slash social media avatar. Tempalar, you mean if you draw full day, it will finish at in 2-3 days? Yes, exactly. But of course, it's difficult to say. I'm just giving a rough estimation. But yeah. Dislocated design. The Lost Barbarian is looking like a veteran. Love the broken shield and the blood red haze. Looking moody. The perfectionist has super high standards. The remedy is loosening up. My art teacher. Thanks. Thank you. I think in terms of perfectionism, it is. I mean, it's like anything, right? If you take things to the extreme, it can be something that could be positive can become detrimental. And I think perfectionism is the same thing. So I think it's always good attitude just to aiming for things to be as perfect as possible. At the same time, you need to be able to give up at some point as well. So now we are here at this point where what is he gonna be facing here? Is it gonna be like a proper monster? Or some kind of like a beast, I mean, or some sort of intelligent being, some giant, or like, I don't know, I'm just trying to think some kind of demon, or some kind of giant wizard, or like some kind of golem type of guardian, like that is guarding the gate. What could it be? Because I mean, to this point, I really haven't thought of it. The only thing I know at this point is that it needs to be as little defined as possible. So I want to show as little as possible. So it's more to the audience to make up what it is. With Nosy. Hello, welcome to the stream. Well, you have a complicated name, I have to say. Lucy, the Emperor's children wanted to be perfect. Look at what happened to them. Yes, exactly. I thought it could be a creepy hand reaching out from the darkness while keeping the body hidden. Yes, yeah, that's definitely a good something cool to do. Sure. I just need to figure out what is it. Yeah, and it could be like two. It could be even two hands. What if it has some horns? But we just see the tips of it. Food also could be. Agumaf. Yes, personally, I think I have to tone down the perfectionism a bit. Produce more and don't get so obsessed with a result. Yes, yes, I think it's like anything really. I mean, I think it's so important just to find the balance, right? Everything can be taken to the extreme, and then it becomes something bad. So dislocated design. I'm reading the Unremembered Empire by Dan Abnett. Reading through the Horus Heresy series. Not every book. Mainly the Abnett and Aaron Dembski wooden books. Nice. Um, yeah, I think that's a good choice because both of them are awesome authors. I cannot. I most probably. I'm certain I have read that one, the Unremembered Empire. I just cannot recall which one it is. What is it about? I have read so many already, and from such a long time. So at the moment I'm listening myself an audiobook of the Beckwing series from Dan Abnett. The with the Penitent, no, the Pariah is the one that I'm listening at the moment, and poof, it has so many lore bombs. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna spoil anything, so I'm not gonna comment on it, but it has so many drop bombs there. I'm just thinking, okay, so maybe if it could be a hand like that, or could it be just but I'm such a big fan of Dan Abnett work. My goodness, he's I find it so inspiring. And also Aaron, I books I have really enjoyed them as well. But I don't know why, but Dan Abnett's stories, they always kind of touch something that, yeah, I have a soft spot for his books. I mean, and I'm always I think I can, I'm not, how do you say, um what's the word in English? Some kind of mindless fan, you know, that anything, I'm kind of picky normally, but for me so far, every single book that I have read of his, I really enjoyed it. There is not a single one that I thought like, this is, I didn't like this, or Cantabrian, a sorcerer wraith would be cool. Yeah, could be. Um, dislocated design, brainstorming the monster. All right, let's see. An elemental, fiery, earthy, air, watery. It has. I mean, we don't want to have anything that really has lights. Since we want to keep it like on the shadow. Uh, devil, demonic, avian, insect-like tentacles, bard, pincers, lizard, mammal, furry. Yes. Yes, I that would be terrifying. Wota, a giant troll would be cool, and it fits the Norse mythology. Yes, could be as well. Um, it just, since this character here need to signify the, like, the final boss of these that he is encounter after these 2 years of being lost in this maze or dungeon. So just a troll, I feel that it's a little bit not, it wouldn't fit too much the narrative of the story. So it needs to be something a little bit more mighty. Sorry guys if I'm not talking much, is because now I'm trying to concentrate and focus. I mean, I have to say that if it's a creature like these with tentacles, it would be very easy for me to do. But somehow I feel that, well, I'm just, okay, I just had an idea. Because maybe, because I'm all the time thinking that it's like something very big. But what if what he is going to, he's confronting the sorcerer here, but the sorcerer is summoning like this god kind of like creature, and he's summoning the creature just to kill the barbarian. That could be right. And it would offer us also like a good opportunity to understand the scale as well. Um, I I'm actually kind of. What do you guys think? Agma, seeing the indication of horns, Minotaur would not be bad idea. Yeah, yeah. But it's just that now I kind of liking it this. I mean, because it fits very well this. I mean, from this kind of inspiration, right, on the Conan universe. Like the wizard, right? Always the evil wizard sorcerer. Kind of fits very well, and because I mean the what I was mentioning, that having a creature like this make it much easier in terms of design. And even though I'm not gonna show much, but in terms of, because if the challenge, as I see it at the moment, of if it's something this big, but still is gonna be some kind of humanoid shape, it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to kind of, what is it, in a way that kind of fits and sits nicely within the image in some way, but also narratively speaking. um, where I'm completely lost on the chat. Peter, hunchbacked giant. Yeah, that could be as well. Yes. Pedro, I suggest the horns in order to break the gate silhouette just a bit. It would keep the eye in shadow. Do I sound like a client feedback? Shut up, us. Do your magic? No, man. It's a. This is one of these things that I'm actually enjoying quite a lot. Streaming is to kind of uh doing it a little bit together. And I really enjoy the feedback and suggestions, and you have good points. For example, this thing that you were saying with the breaking the gate frame, I think you have a good point there. So yeah, the horns or the hands or tentacles, that is yes, I think that's a good thing. And like you are saying, like keeping the eyes in the shade. So yeah. Evil giant Jin, yes. Cantabrian, that's fucking cool. Cool. Nice. A dislocated design, so a figure in front of the summoned horror. Yes, yes, something. Yes, yeah, something of that kind. Dislocated design, excellent idea. Cantabrian, you have got an intelligence to overcome, not just brute power too. Yes, yeah, that would be a nice thing. So I mean, what I like maybe about the idea of having the wizard here is that he's the dungeon lord, you know, the evil mind behind all the horrors that he's been fighting. So I kind of like that idea, and once again, it fits very nicely with the kind of Conan inspiration. Pedro, that is nice. Well, okay, so maybe that's a way to go. I mean, one aspect that I'm liking about this idea is the fact that it solves many issues. One, of course, it will be interesting to see how small we make him. But yeah, it helps us. It's an extra element to put scale. Kind of builds a little bit more depth into the story as well. So it's multi-layered, so to speak. It's not just the big creature here, but it's through the figure. the fan from my computer is making so much noise lately. I think I'm gonna have to change it because it's becoming extremely annoying. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but dislocated design. Sorcerer in front of the horror from elsewhere is cool. His blazing staff or magic aura could serve as a secondary light source onto the monster to reveal just hints of its form. Yeah. That could be also a nice touch. Yes. Cantabrian dislocate design. That is a nice idea. I can see that. Yes. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. That. Could be that. Or could be some fire. Let's see. Let's continue exploring. Beep. I think the going with tentacles gives a lot of makes the job very easy, which is not bad. So I'm just trying to think alternatives, but make it easy because it opens so many ways to break the space and. But I also like the thing with the horns. And tentacles wouldn't. I mean, if it's more with this thing with the horns, I feel more like a demon of some kind, which I kind of like as a theme. And the question is where where to put the sorcerer. Facing the monster, you know, like since he's summoning the creature or the god or whatever, so it's interacting more with it, or just facing the barbarian. I mean, because there are, if he's facing the creature, it feels like, at least in my mind, I feel that he's doing his own thing, trying to summon the monster that is gonna end the world, right? And the barbarian is there just to stop him. But if he's facing towards giving the back to the creature, it feels like he's summoning that thing just with the purpose of confronting the barbarian. So yeah, two different choices there. I don't know which one could be more interesting. Um, Agumab, that fire could justify the second light in the character, as if the era begins to change as the boss enter. Yeah. Could be, but yeah. I mean, I'm going with this kind of greenish hue, just to continue with this game of color contrasts between red and green. Yeah, so what I'm trying to figure out now in my head is how to compose the scene here from a composition point of view, a narrative point of view, and also with the in a way that the colors and lighting works nicely in a composition point of view as well. So there's many different elements that I'm juggling at the moment in my head, and so that's why I'm kind of looking around, because we have this red light, but at the same time is, do I want to have the sorcerer being illuminated by that light or not, and then just using mainly the color green, which also, I mean, from a narrative point of view can works nicely using the color as a language, in this case of contrast, right? The in this case he's mainly illuminated with a red color, the bad guy in green, so they are opposites, so that could work nicely as well. But that would mean that I would need to put the character somewhere where he's not affected majorly by the red light. I'm trying to figure out where this could be in a nice way. Also, something that could be done is that using like some kind of wind or something. So if he's having some robes, to kind of use that to cross the space, and only one part is illuminated with the red, and I mean, also it could be like Pedro was suggesting, that is the how do you say, the magic from his staff or whatever he's doing. So it's not a fire per se, which might be also make things a little bit easier as well. Sorry, I'm just thinking so hard that I'm barely paying any attention to the chat. Sorry. Um, Let me just catch up. Cantabrian, his foe is beyond any of you. Yes. He's located. Run, you fools. Yes, exactly. Yeah. You know, that's kind of the Balrog type of thing, demon like. It's something that really appeals to me. Totally. My goodness, your name, Menossi, is hard to pronounce. Hey Miguel, how is doing the progress of Warhammer YouTube video? You mean the oh my goodness, the Space Marines tutorial thingy is going slowly. I've been so busy lately that I haven't I didn't have any time to work with it, sadly. But yeah, I'm trying my best to put it together as soon as I can. Peter, I think facing the barbarian is cooler. Dislocated design. Facing the viewer, confident his summoned creature will do his will and obey his command. Yes, yeah. I think you're agreeing there, and I kind of feel the same thing. I mean, from a narrative point of view, I think it feels more confrontational, right? With a barbarian. If he's giving his back to the barbarian, it feels that he's doing his thing. I agree with you guys. Cantabrian, have him side on, so with one hand he's pulling the creature whilst pointing at the barbarian. Yeah, that definitely that would be very straightforward, right? He's pointing at him. Peter, I think the more confident you make the wizard feel, the more of a threat he is than the summoned monster. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think we are all kind of on the same page. I think we are agreeing there. Yes. Seb. Hello, by the way. Loving that green. Thanks. Yeah, like evil green. Uh, Peter, I think you need a third top light source over the wizard. Over the wizard. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. I mean, there is something with the fires out as well that kind of helps to stage the plays, right? So he's like the final stance, right? So it feels like he is waiting the barbarian here, where he can finally summon this creature. So there is something that I like about the using the fires as the source of the light. What I meant with the using the robes to show that he's behind the frame of the gate as well. So we can see a little bit of the red on the robes. Oh my goodness. My Photoshop is behaving strangely. Is reacting to commands that I'm not giving. What the fuck? I mean, there could be several. I mean, two fires as well. Um, I feel one. I like just one. Let's see. Pedro, Miguel, thanks for the streaming. Really nice and inspiring to see you painting. I will see you in the next. Cheers. Thanks, Pedro. An absolute pleasure to have you here. And privilege. Fantastic. Thanks a lot for passing by, man. And until next time, I hope. Take care. Man, that was great. Once again, if you don't know who Pedro is, he is, and you are a fan of Warhammer art, he is a beast of a illustrator that's been working for Games Workshop for a long time, and he's a fantastic artist. So you definitely have to follow him and see his work because yeah, it is awesome. Seb, that happens when you paint warlocks. Wicked energy steers. Yes. Yes, exactly. Everybody knows, right? That's what happens when you are dealing with wizards and warlocks and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just thinking the eyes of the summoned creature, a demon, god, could be red as well. So that kind of link the evil magic together. I think that would make sense. Lucius, nice little detail with the red on the robes. Big brain move. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm at the moment. I'm more trying to build the scene. So I don't know if I will stick with all these elements, but I think it could work nicely. Once again, to define a little bit more the space. Even though if at the moment it's not working necessarily great. Trying to explore and hear alternatives with the pose. Also, could use the staff as well to the same thing as with the with the robes. The staff could be a very nice element to uh, I think here the challenge would be to make to create an interesting silhouette, uh, but keep it as loose as possible. Since again, is shouldn't be about him or her. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's a witch, but it's not about the wizard. It's just an extra detail there. Damn, the fire is picking up now. the fireplace. Dislocated design. Adding the sorcerer was an excellent idea. Sense of scale, a depth of field, and a light source. Plus what someone said before, a hostile intelligence to overcome as well for the barbarian. Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty happy with the idea. I think it kind of put all the different elements on the image together very nicely. Cantabrian, Sinch has a hold of Miguel's computer. Quick, pray to the machine god. Yeah, who knows? I've never been a big fan of Sinch, though. I've been, when it comes to chaos, I'm more of a Corn follower. But yeah, of course, in this case, it couldn't be Corn since we have a wizard involved. Even though the creature could, yeah. Yeah, but the thing is actually that my computer now is lagging and doing weird things for some time now. So who knows? And I'm thinking that of course the sorcerer needs to have very long robes, so he cannot run away. Oops. Go doing. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, my computer is getting possessed. Seb, brushes for the brush god. Yes. My dad, thanks for the follow and welcome to the stream. Yeah, brushes for the brush god. That I like that. I love it, Seb. Dislocated design. 3 strong visual elements leading the eye into the picture. Good progress you have made, Miguel. This is looking dynamic. We'll check for the stream next week. Time for some reading. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Dislocated Design. Thanks a lot for joining in. Much appreciated. And also all the suggestions. Fantastic contribution. Thanks a lot. Take care. Lucius, my PC is becoming sentient. I hope not, because then it's gonna be sentient with very bad intent. So I hope that is not the case. Media, yes. Thanks a lot for the follow, and nice to have you here. Cantabrian, roll out to the D6 for a psychic smite, Miguel. Yes, I definitely should do that. But then the question is, what is the role that I would need in order to be successful? Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I have to say that I'm pretty happy with this idea of the sorcerer. Oh my goodness, again. Seriously. I'm getting very tired, guys. I think it's starting to be late, and as I was explaining before, I'm exhausted from the week. So I think actually I'm just gonna leave it here. I think even though still very much work in progress, but in terms of the ideation of the picture, I think we have make some good progress. And it's been 2 hours and a half of stream, so it's a decent amount of time. So yeah, I think I'm done for today. Uh, Thanks a lot once again, guys, for joining in. It's been great. One more time. Next week, if everything goes as planned, should be as usual. Saturday at 9 p.m. Central European time. Thanks for all the suggestions and support and kind words. It's I really enjoy doing the stream. And yeah, take care, stay safe, healthy, have fun, relax during the what is left of the weekend, and see you next week. All right, take care, guys. Bye bye, and a pleasure as always. Bye bye.